Hey guys, so in this video, let's give you an update on where the PSE is. As you all know, there's so much happening on the local front, but aside from the things on the local front, there's also a lot happening on the global front. And I wanted to update you based on what the charts are telling us. So for those who want to know more about what's happening in the PSE and those who want to know more so that you don't base your decisions on emotion, news, hype, or speculation, this video is for you. So here's our PSEI update. Hi everyone, this is Marvin Germo. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe and smash that bell so you get updated every time I come up with new content about investing, about trading, about winning, about how you can use the stock market to help you win, to help you reach your goals of financial freedom, because it can be done, that you can run your own race, disregard the noise, and win just by following fundamentals, technicals, and just creating a strategy that's all about that. So in this video, we're gonna focus on and drill down about the PSEI. Please hit the bell, please subscribe, and stay till the end so that you get as much of this content as possible. Hey guys, so there's so much movement in the markets based on what's happening in Iran. I created a video on that as well. What are the possible narratives that could happen based on what's happening in the Middle East? Please remember, the US may respond with massive force, and it will not be good. Please remember, war, of course, except the ones that make weapons of war, is not generally good for the entire population. It's not generally good for market sentiment. So a lot of people are asking, well, we're too far from Iran, we're too far from the US, and our markets won't get hit. Please remember, we're still foreign dominated. If you looked at the market today, foreigners still sold. And please remember, if you even backtrack before that way, before this was all happening, foreigners have been selling. And please remember, there should be a lot of good news for them to start to come in. But if it just keeps on piling all news that are relatively negative, how can they invest? How can they put money in? So unless there's something so attractive in the Philippines that will cause them to buy higher, that without that happening, you can't really expect them to put money in here. Plus all of the things that are happening abroad, plus all of the things that are happening domestically. So please remember, there are a lot of negative things in the US, and there are a lot of negative things happening to listed companies that are in the Philippine Stock Exchange. And there's some sort of contagion also, that what's happening there is causing an effect also to the other stocks in the market as well. Now, this PSEI update is basically for people who own mutual funds, own UITFs that track the Philippine Stock Exchange Index, or also for people who invest directly in stocks. But as you start investing directly in stocks, you want to use the PSEI as some sort of reference for you to be able to pick, select, and somehow have a sense of what's happening. Because please remember, and I've been saying this in so many videos, that among the 30 stocks in the PSEI, 45% of the weighting of the allocation is predominantly BDO, Ali, AC, SM, and SM Prime. So if these stocks move, they pull the index. And over the past few weeks, I've mentioned this, that it's basically, even at the close of the year, it's basically the C-led stocks that have been pushing the markets higher. The Ayala stocks really have been dragging the markets because of the news that we've been seeing in relation, of course, to Manila Water and Maynilad, dragging those stocks down as well. Now, I've mentioned this also in the previous videos, that the PSEI basically is still sideways, meaning, for those who are new to this, a stock that's sideways basically, or a market or a stock that's sideways, basically just means that there's no upward trend, there's no downward trend, and with the absence of shorting, we can't really make money in the market if it's not really trending up. The only way for you to make money off of it is basically to do a quick trade. But if you remember the previous videos that I created, we have a support at 7.7, we have a resistance at 7.9, we have a bigger support at 7.4, we have a bigger resistance at the 8,100 level. That being said, if you just trade the 7.7, 8.79 level, it may not be as attractive for you as an investor. It may not give you the returns that you would want to get as well. So please remember, today we're close to the 7.7 support already. If we break down from that 7.7 support level, we may go to around the 7.4 level where there's a larger support that's pushing us higher. However, as what I've said on the previous videos as well, if 7.4 does not hold, we may slide lower and go into a downtrend. So key things that you need to watch out for as a trader and an investor is this: the 7.7 support. If 7.7 does not hold, we may see further corrections downward. Even here, I placed in the Bollinger Band. As you know, the Bollinger Band also is a combination of a moving average, and then it has some standard deviations for its upper and lower limit as well. Even the Bollinger Band is still saying that we are relatively sideways. However, it's still predicated also on it holding the 7.7 level. If the 7.7 level does not hold, this smaller, shorter range where we're moving sideways may not hold its ground, and we may expect it also to go lower still. So Bollinger Bands are bearish. MACD still below zero, still denoting that there's not much of a bullish sentiment yet. Especially if you're a position trader, you may want to wait up until we see it reverse. The goal of position trading is basically when the market is down, you're not doing anything. If the market is moving sideways, you're a quick trader, by all means make money. But if you're a position trader, you wait until you see a breakout start to happen, or you massively avoid it if the breakdown also happens as well. And we're not at that level yet. We haven't really seen a massive breakdown yet, and we just have to be cautious also about what's happening. So rest assured, while this whole debacle of on what's happening in US, Iran, and what's happening in Duterte, Manila Water, Maynilad, or FPI, DMC is continuing to unfold, and without any catalyst here in the Philippine markets that will cause people, institutions, foreign, local players to buy higher, we can't really expect it to move up. So what wishful thinking is we stay sideways up until positive reports will come out. One positive report, and I've said this in a previous video, that the trade war might have some signs already that it's getting better because of a particular deal that they're structuring out in terms of the tariffs that China and the US is having. That's why some of the export-laden companies like tech move relatively better today. But other than that, it has to be something that is index moving. It has to be something that strong amounts of conviction to buy stocks that are inside the index as well. So optimistically, if that doesn't happen, basically we'll just be sideways. But if things deteriorate and the 7.7 and 7.4 level would not hold, you may expect it to go lower. Now, for people who invest in indices that have really stretched horizons, please remember this, and I've said this in so many videos: indices go down, but history, numbers, math, charts have always said and shown this. It will always go back up. It will always go back higher than where it was before. It will always push higher. So what do I mean by this? If you are a person that's not really into timing the markets, what you can actually do and what your narrative could be is you can start buying in tranches in areas where you believe it's already cheap for you. You can already start accumulating as long as you believe the sideways markets will hold. Or if you're in the losing position right now and then you're owning the index, you always remember that the index, no matter how low things get, will always go back to where it was before. And your goal here is this. And here's the thing. For individual stock picking, I will never tell people that you buy a stock because it will always go up for the long term. That does not exist for stocks, for individual stocks. What is true though is if you hold the index, you hold FMETF, you hold an index fund, you hold the PSEI for a stretched period of time, even if it drops, it will always go back higher than where it was before. It's facts, it's charts, it's numbers. The only thing we need to figure out now is this: will you buy while it's going down and you're okay with the volatility, or you wait until it hits a sizable support level at a level that you've deemed where it's a good area for you and you start to come in because of that? Or for those who know how to use valuations, you look at the PSEI, at this point in time, at this price point, you believe it's already cheap, that could be an area already for you to buy as well. So you can look at it from three ways. Number one, you are buying because you think it's cheap. Number two, you think you're buying because it has hit a good support level already. Number three, you're buying because you believe based on statistics, numbers, and charts that the PSEI always would go up. It's just a matter of when, and it's just a matter of you having enough time to be able to wait for it to turn around as well. So this video again are for investors. It's not really for massive quick trading that want to look at oversold markets. These are for people who want to follow what the underlying trend is. These are for people who want to be long-term investors in the market. For people who want to be traders, I'd like to invite you for the next technical analysis sessions. The next set of sessions will be Singapore this May, London this April, March for Stock Smarts Manila, February for Taiwan, then August I'll be in Sydney, Australia for another set of Stock Smart sessions there. Then November, Dubai and Tokyo. Just comment the city that you want to attend. I'll try to send the link across that city, but all of the details of all of the Stock Smart sessions around the world are in the description box. For those who want to learn more from reading, all of those naman are in my Shopee site. The link to the Shopee site is in the description below as well. So I guess that's it. If you have any specific questions all about this, if there's anything specific that you want to learn as well, just comment below and I'll try to make a new video off of all of this as of this point in time. So why am I saying this? There's a lot of negative news. However, the charts is still saying to us that as of this point in time, hey, it's still moving sideways pa naman. There's no need for you to panic. And the name of the game is to follow also what the charts are telling you, because everything you need to know is found in the charts. Everything you need to know is found on what technical analysis is saying as well, because that's what keeps us anchored in. That's why you don't have to guess it. You don't have to speculate. All I know right now is as long as the 7.4 level, 7.7 level will hold, no matter how bad the news is, we might not slide and we might not fall down as well. So I guess that's it for now. Markets are about to open. I hope that you guys got a lot from this, and if you follow my technique and my narrative, I always study and do my charting and my analysis in the evening, then I just do execution in the morning as well. So that's how I normally do it. That's how I play. That's why I spend more time studying, less time monitoring, because monitoring doesn't make money for you. What makes money for you is you knowing when to come in, knowing when to come out, knowing what your parameters will be for you to be able to trade or invest with confidence. And that's something that you have to craft based on your strategy. That's something that you have to craft based on your risk tolerance, based on your timeline, based on the amount of effort that you're putting also in the number of stocks that you're watching as well. So that's it for now. This is Marvin Germo, always on your side, wishing that your 2020 will be your greatest investing year yet, wishing that more and more Filipinos will be in the habit of investing, saving, making massive amounts of money, and as you start to earn, I really do hope that you be a blessing to the people around you as well, because at the end of the day, that's all we will ever be. We will be a people who, when you have more than enough, you will have the ability also to bless the people around you as well. So Marvin Germo, I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.